Hello and welcome back. This is Christopher Aaron. This is the iGold Advisor channel. We are going to update silver once again, which is very close, but in my book, not quite yet. Not quite has it solidified this breakout. So we are going to update that today. It is March 27th, 2024. I'm glad to have you here. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified when these videos come out. If you would like to give it a thumbs up, I very much appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. Last but not least, I do post sometimes for free on Twitter or X, as it's now called, at iGlobalGold. You can find more updates there for free. Let us update the silver market now, right after we look at our disclaimer, and let's look at it. So last week we were talking about this breakout that is attempting to happen right now. I want to update you on the chart. Of course, we're talking about this right here. It should be very clear to see the downward trend that we are talking about of lower silver prices that had developed after the peak at $30 per ounce back here in August of 2020. Lower, 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 and boom, here we are. So has it broken out yet, or could there still be one more dip to come? This is going to be the question. The key level that I'm now watching is $24.30. Remember, these levels change slightly as time goes on because the trend is downward moving in nature. So therefore, the levels that we talked about last week may not be quite the same levels as we're talking about today. 24.30 is the level I would like to see held by the end of this week to show me that this move is for real. Silver currently, as we're talking, this is going to be Wednesday morning, trading at 24.43. So it's just 13 cents above this level, but it's still just a fraction. I mean, we've seen several of these times that silver has attempted to break out over the last 4 years and failed to do it. So we need to watch this here for a couple more weeks, to watch this level now, to see this be held at weekly closes. So if it's going to hold, this is what it's going to look like. We're just going to see some slight grinding here for another 1 or 2 weeks, plus or minus this 24.30 level. And then I'm talking a couple weeks from now, we would see a dramatic slingshot higher from this level if this breakout is going to be correct. Now, if you're following our gold analysis, which I'm going to just show here briefly for 1 second, this is what we're going to discuss tomorrow in the premium updates at iGoldAdvisor.com. If you're following our premium analysis on gold, you will know why I still think gold could be retreating for another couple of weeks. And if that's the case, it's going to be very tough for silver to hold here above 24.30. It's going to be extremely challenging for silver buyers to hold their positions if gold has another couple weeks ahead of it to decline and perhaps retest its breakout level. And so if that's the case, then I still think there's a risk that silver fails to hold 24.30, and more importantly, then comes back down all the way into this vicinity of $22. And this 22, you can see, is a confluence. It's very strong support going all the way back here from 2020, the lows in the coronavirus crash, and then merging with this black horizontal support. So you can see I have dual colored support there at 22. That is very strong support. And if we do get this opportunity at 22, I am going to reiterate, because most people are not going to see this, but on the chance that you're one of those people that has stumbled upon the silver market for the first time, I want you to know, if we get this opportunity at 22 again, let's say 2 to 3 weeks from now, this is the moment to back up the truck. Take the biggest truck that you can find, back it into the silver market, because this is very strong support at $22 per ounce. If we get that opportunity, if 24.30 fails, I think it'll come back down quickly to $22 several weeks from now. You back up the truck there, because then we're looking at rounding upward again, and it should just be later on this year. It could be in the third quarter, fourth quarter of this year that we get the next shot at 30 at these peaks up there. So watch it very closely here over the next couple of days. What happens at $24.30 is absolutely critical. You watch that level this week, next week, and the third week from now. If it holds, it means silver is not going to fall back further. But if it fails to hold, get ready for that back up the truck moment. If you would like to know what investments we are going to make when we back up the truck here, you can find the exact investments that we're going to be purchasing related to silver in our service called Precious Metals Intelligence Plus. This goes out every single week to investors. Not only do we cover silver, but if something happens during the middle of the week, you get flash updates on what is happening. If something happens Sunday night, which is already Monday morning in Asia, relating to silver, you get an update Sunday night or Monday morning in Asia. You don't have to wait for these videos to come out on YouTube. And as I said, you will learn about the exact silver mining companies that we are investing in if we get that back up the truck moment. That does not go out here on YouTube. That is called Precious Metals Intelligence Plus. If you are a higher net worth investor, you have to understand the power of private placement investing. We invest in similar silver and gold mining companies as we're doing here in PMI Plus. However, in the Elite Private Placement service, you also receive free warrants with every single investment that you're making. And the reason for that is the companies reward you, since you have to invest a certain amount at a time. And if you can do that, you get free additional upside that you do not receive if you're simply investing in these silver-related investments as a normal private investor. You also receive a free subscription to our flagship service if you join us in the Elite Private Placements group. If you would like to speak one-on-one with myself, Christopher Aaron, know that you can reach me on the Consultations tab. And I sit down. I've worked with hundreds of investors from around the world, United States, Canada, Great Britain, Australia, New Zealand, Japan even. Yes, even in Asia, we work with investors. And I do not take any fees or kickbacks from any of the bullion dealerships, nor any of the gold or silver mining companies around the world. And I do that for a reason, so that I can stay 100% independent. And then when I work with individuals, I can offer the best guidance possible from someone who does not sell the metals or shares in any of these companies. So from an independent standpoint, I sit down and I tell you, here's what I would do if I was in your situation, and we go from there. So we're looking at silver. $24.30 is the key trigger level. Remember, gold is still in the leadership role here. We've seen gold break out before silver across all the time scales. So we have to watch gold primarily. We'll be updating the gold charts in the Precious Metals Intelligence Plus service coming out tomorrow.